Welcome to Pawpaw TV. Today we present an original program, One-on-One with Jerry McLaughlin. He discusses his life's work with Richard Lund. Today's program is brought to you by Gogees.com. Gogees.com. Your eyes will love you. This material is for educational purposes only. If you are sick, see a doctor. Maybe you can find one that speaks herbal medicine. And now, One-on-One with Jerry McLaughlin.
Welcome to Pawpaw.tv. We're here in Columbus, Ohio, interviewing Dr. Jerry McLaughlin, Emeritus Professor of Pharmacognosy from Purdue University. Hello, Jerry. How are you today?
Hi, Richard. Just fine, thank you.
So, pharmacognosy, that's a big word I didn't hear until recently. What does that mean?
It's the study of natural medicinal products.
And
so this would include not only botanically derived things, but theoretically antibiotics and vaccines and animal products such as insulin, things from the ocean, from marine sources, and anything that's natural we would include in pharmacognosy. And this is opposed then in the pharmacy curriculum by medicinal chemistry, which are those synthetically derived medicinal products. So pharmacognosy is a natural material, medicinal chemistry is a synthetically derived. So these are two of the disciplines that make up the basic sources or origins of drugs in a pharmacy school curriculum.
And where did you begin your academic career?
I studied at the University of Michigan and obtained a bachelor's degree there in pharmacy. And then went on and obtained a master's and a PhD, both in pharmacognosy.
Okay. And then you were a professor at Purdue.
Right. I was a professor at Purdue for 28 years, but prior to that I was for 4 years at the University of Washington and a year at the University of Missouri in Kansas City and a year at the University of Michigan, actually.
Okay. And what does a pharmacognosist teach then at the university?
We teach the pharmacy students about the sources of drugs and about the chemistry, and in the case of natural products, the biosynthesis, or how they originate within cells of plants or animals or microbes. And of course, a lot of the botanical products are historically very significant. For example, coca. Coca leaf as a source of cocaine, and opium as a source of morphine and codeine, and the papaverine, digitalis, the foxglove as a heart remedy, from Dr. William Withering, and rauwolfia, for example, from the Indian snake root plant to treat mania and hypertension, and all of these old standbys are still with us today.
So this has its roots in Western medicine for hundreds of years.
Right.
And I suppose in traditional cultures beyond that.
Well, some of the things like ephedra, for example, which we use today for bronchial dilation, and also it's used for weight loss. Ephedra, that's in Chinese records from 2,000 to 3,000 BC, as having medicinal uses. So we know the history of all these products and what their chemistry is and their pharmacology and their uses.
Okay. Now, what did you study and research at Purdue? What was your field there?
Well, I like to do what we call grind and find research, which is we grind up a plant and try to find the active components that are in there, which means we fish out the chemicals that are responsible for the biological activity. And this is part of a project called drug discovery. Now, specifically, since 1973, was directing this research toward anti-cancer components of plants. And historically, again, we have some plants such as the vinca or Catharanthus rosea, which are the source of vincristine and vinblastine and other these complex monoterpenoid indole alkaloids, which are very good and indispensable today in the treatment of leukemias and lymphomas and other types of cancer. Taxol, comes from the taxus bush, which is the UYEW, which has been around for a long time. And the mayapple plant, podophyllotoxin, the derivatives of podophyllotoxin are used for cancer today. Colchicine has some cancer application. Camptothecin is another one from Camptotheca acuminata, and derivatives of that one are used against cancer. So plants and cancer compounds as their components are well known. And actually the National Cancer Institute has had a program going on for, at least the last 30 years, searching for new plants with cancer activities. And so I decided that's what my goal would be, to try to find something in my lifetime that would be useful against cancer. That's a plant origin.